Headache. Headache every weekend. Headache every weekend. We've already established, ladies and gentlemen, that we're not a serious club this season. But I think today, I actually had a realization we're not even good enough for the Premier League. We're probably championship level.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea 1, Brighton 2, match reaction. So many things I want to talk about. Just trying to compute in my mind where I can start this and how I can construct this in a very articulate manner, in a manner that you guys can somewhat feel what I feel. All right. Let's talk about Brighton first, then we'll talk about who is to blame, what is the problem, and then we'll try and wrap things up. First off, to all the Brighton fans out there, massive congratulations. You guys are a sensational team. Sensational team. You've made a mockery out of Chelsea Football Club. You've literally peed all over us. You've made us look like little babies. It was actually a joke to be on the same field as you guys. We are levels below. Your levels above. Levels above. And it's mad, some of the things that Frank Lampard said post-match. I truly, on behalf of him, I suppose what he said on the post-match, I truly want to apologize to Brighton. You know, the disrespect, Frank. I'll show you guys the quotes very soon. You know, talking about the basics of football, not running, not having the desire, not having the fight. This is why we lost against Brighton. This is why we lost. Frank, my man, you came up against an unbelievable manager who is tactically way superior to you. Way superior to you. And that team, they're just bobbing the ball around. I mean, look at the stats, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the stats. It says it, right? 26 shots for Brighton at Stamford Bridge. You look at these stats and you go, whose home ground was it? And even if it was Brighton's home ground, you'd be thinking, who's Chelsea here and who's Brighton here? 26 shots, 5 big chances missed, 406. These stats actually got a little bit better for Chelsea after Brighton scored the winner, which ended up being the winner, which we'll talk about. These stats were worse at halftime. At halftime, it was something around 70% possession to 30% possession for Chelsea. For most of the match, it was Chelsea 30% possession, Brighton 70%. Now, look, this is where I have the issue. There have been times where Chelsea Football Club with 30% possession and opposition with 70% possession, we've still looked better because defensively we looked resolute. We looked like the opposition, even though they had a lot of possession, they had no idea what they were doing. And sometimes we've even ended up winning those matches. Right? We've defended well, resolute, compact. Yeah, we didn't see too much of the ball, but when we did see, we made an impact. That was not the case. See, we didn't see the ball because we didn't deserve to see the ball. We didn't see the ball because Brighton was so much more superior. If it wasn't for Kepa, this scoreline really should have been 4, maybe 5-1. And that one that we scored, talk about fortuitous. And after that goal, really not that many chances fell for us. Since Frank Lampard's taken over, we don't create opportunities either. At least with Graham Potter under the helm, we're creating stuff. We just didn't score, but we conceded as well. Brighton, unbelievable. What a footballing team. What a footballing team. And I hope they get European position. That's what they're chasing for. Their players were far superior. Far superior. McAllister, Mitama. Oh, wow. That guy, we thought Vinicius Jr. was bad boy. Mitama destroyed everyone on that left side, whoever it was. Wesley Fofana, Chalobah, Reece James, it didn't matter. It did not matter. Caicedo, McAllister, Solly Marsh. The brother that came on in the first half when someone got injured, the guy who scored the winner, Asinko or whatever his name was, Stupinian, was also fantastic. Lewis Dunk in defense, just bopping. The way, there's a reason why Pep Guardiola said that these guys are the best at building up play from the back all the way to the front, because there's been so many times where they literally toyed around with us in their 6-yard box. We were pressing our hearts out, but they just toyed around with us, bopped the ball around, never phased, and they beat our press, split open our midfield, and then baby into the final third of us. It was actually disgusting. It was actually depressing. They just mauled us. It was abuse. It was abuse. I feel violated. They had their way with us. They pumped us repeatedly. Disgusting. So, who's to blame? Who's to blame? What's the problem? What's going on? Because it looks like matters have gone even worse since Potter left and Frank Lampard became the interim manager. You guys wanted Frank. You said, Miz, how bad could it be? In fact, this makes sense. You know, it's a write-off. It's a good time to bring in Frank. It's all about the vibes. It's good feel factor. You all said this to me. I said it. This don't make sense. This probably get even worse now, because for me, Frank Lampard ain't no manager. He ain't no manager. But I don't even blame Frank Lampard. What can I say about Frank Lampard? I knew he's not a manager. Some of you guys got fooled. Second time around. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Do you know what I mean? Owners. What do I say about the owners? How long is it going to take them to find a serious manager? All of this blame, it all starts from the owners. It really does. I thank them for some of the players that they've brought in. I really do. I thank them for some of the players that they've brought in. No problems. Good, talented players. I've got no issues in regards to transfer business. You've tried to do what you can do. But I've got problems in regards to how you've handled the managerial situation from the get-go. Thomas Tuchel, you got rid of Thomas Tuchel. You didn't take the time to understand what a world-class manager Thomas Tuchel was. You don't just sack a manager like Thomas Tuchel, man. Give it some time. I know results weren't going the right way as well. And I can understand if it continued like that, he probably would have found himself in the deep waters as well. But I can't help to think that with Thomas Tuchel, we wouldn't be 11th and we wouldn't be getting annihilated like this. I think eventually enough, he would have found a solution. And the amount of money you've spent to bring in all of these players, I think he could have done something. Okay, you got rid of him. Then you brought in Graham Potter. I don't know what you saw in Graham Potter that you thought, okay, well, he's doing all this data-driven stuff in Brighton. Maybe he can do all of that at Chelsea Football Club. Best finish that he's ever had at Brighton was 9th or something like that, 9th, 10th. Okay, no problems. You brought in Graham Potter, thinking that he's the next big thing. But as soon as you realize that he's not, you should have got rid of. A lot of people were saying it from a long time ago. This guy's out of his depth. But after Southampton, you really should have got rid of him. You kept on prolonging. Then, when you needed to make the right decision, you bring in Frank Lampard. When you could have brought a serious manager in who could have given some sort of belief to this playing group. I don't blame, honestly, a lot of people have been blaming players that, miss these players. Some of our better players are starting to play poor as well. Like, when do we actually say, do you know what? I don't even think it's the players anymore. It's the organization. It's the football club. It's the owners that have just made a absolute mockery of the managerial situation. Players like Reece James used to be a good player for us. Now he's flopping. Even Enzo Fernandez in the last couple of games hasn't been good. João Felix hasn't been good. Sterling hasn't been good. None of our defenders have been good. Kepa has been horrendous at times. He was captain today. Today kept us in the game, to be honest, even though we lost. When you have all of these players that are not performing, it ain't about the players as a bigger issue. They're scrambled in their mind as well. They're tarnished. They're destroyed mentally. They're gone. Their confidence level is in the gutter. How are they meant to feel when they see an interim manager like Frank Lampard, who got sacked previously, and the people that were culpable of getting him sacked the first time, they're still here? That was the time to bring in a serious manager, put their hands around these lot, and try and build some sort of structure, some sort of game plan. I truly believe a serious, elite level manager comes in. Maybe we don't get wins all the time, but at least gives us some structure, at least makes it difficult to get beaten. Much like what Thomas Tuchel did last time around when he came on, when Frank Lampard got sacked. He said, I want to make this group difficult to beat. Now since Frank Lampard's come on, we are Sunday League team. We're not even schoolboy team. We just yuck. It's pathetic. Honestly, I don't even want to talk about the lineup, this, that, the other. The lineup was crazy from Frank Lampard, but he had his reasons. He wanted to rest a few players, give chances. With Real Madrid game just around the corner, like that's even going to make any difference. We should be taking this game seriously. We're on 39 points, potentially seeing ourselves in a relegation battle coming up. Crystal Palace is only 3 points away. Wolves only 6 points away, I believe. We should have taken this game tad bit seriously. Ziyech is still in the bench when he's not going to be part of the future. Noni Madueke doesn't even make it. Chukwuemeka doesn't make the squad. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Who's controlling what? Mason Mount. The game when I thought Mason Mount probably will get something, but he comes on 10 minutes to go. There's a clear message, I believe, from the board and the hierarchy, owners, probably saying don't use Mount as often. There must be some sort of contract stuff, because Frank Lampard, more than anyone, loves Mason Mount. So a lot of things going wrong. Let's check out some of the things that's going on in social media. Chelsea have conceded 63 shots in 3 games under Frank Lampard. 63 shots. These are some of the quotes post-match, as I promised that I would showcase to you guys. This is what will make you think. I blame the owners for bringing in Frank. I really do. The owners have to take full responsibility of the managerial mess that they've made all throughout this season. Look at this. All the basic parts of football, to fight, to run, we were short on. To fight, to run. Seriously? That's what we were short on? To fight, to run. best believe the players actually tried to fight today, but the opposition's too good. Tactically, they're just so well drilled. The way they were creating triangles, the way they were building up, too good. They smoked us. They smoked us. For me, it's all about the basics. Oh, so we got the basics wrong. Oh, it's just embarrassing, some of the things Frank Lampard, I've never seen him talk about tactics. It's all about playing for the badge, the desire, basics. This. I wonder what he actually said. I don't even think any of the players really clock on when Frank's probably talking. Maybe they get excited when they first see him entering on. And this is the case with Frank. When he first comes in, everyone feels like, wow, okay, that's Frank Lampard. But they're thinking about the player. Soon they start realizing, oh my God, this guy's not a manager. This guy's not a manager. The bad part is, this time around, we didn't even get that early bounce, that vibe, that feel-good factor that everyone told me about. We're not even getting that anymore because, as I said, these players, they were there the first time when Frank was around. Our fans will be watching a team on Wednesday that will be giving everything. You best believe they won't be. We are not doing anything against Real Madrid. Conor Gallagher was another one who gave every drop individually. Look, did he run? Did he show desire? Of course. But was there a plan? Did he look clueless at times when he ran? Of course. Was he still our standout player? Yeah, but that just shows how poor our levels are. That's not something to laud about. That's not something to be proud about. Oh, Conor Gallagher had a fantastic... No, everyone was so bad. It just made Conor look better. Similar thing with Mudryk. No, this was not a good game from us. Don't even get it twisted. In the basics of football, Brighton are a really good team, but we were short in tackles, fight, and yards. If it isn't right, you don't win. Todd Bowley is on his way to Chelsea dressing room to see the squad. Iqbali is already inside. What are they going to say? What are they going to say? Lads, come on. We believe in you. This guy said we were going to win 3-0 against Real Madrid. How are the players meant to take this guy seriously? Appoint someone serious, and then maybe you can be taken seriously. Furious Chelsea fans to Todd Bowley. I'm telling you, these owners will start feeling the heat. Look at this. Chelsea fans are the match-going fans. Powerful lot, man. They'll feel the heat very, very soon. Look at this. It's getting nasty. It's getting rusty. And this is how I want to end it, ladies and gentlemen. This is what will shock you guys. How poor this managerial situation is. And this is why I'm starting to get very annoyed by the owners. As I keep saying, I don't mind what they're doing in terms of the transfer business. Even then, some of them be strange how they move. But anyway, I like that they've at least invested there. But it's the managerial situation. Now, I don't know whether this is absolutely true, but this is circling around in social media. Check this out. Enrique held talks with Chelsea via video call before traveling to London 2 days later with his son and his agent to meet Todd Bowley. Luis Enrique tried to convince him to take charge of the game against Real Madrid, which is an exciting challenge for him. However, the day after his trip to London, Chelsea announced Lampard as coach until the end of the season, and Luis Enrique's options vanished. People close to him assure that this rejection was a disappointment for him since he was motivated to face Madrid. It's all you need to know. This guy was ready to come. This guy was ready to take that chance to take on Real Madrid. But our owners thought bringing in Frank Lampard was the right way to go about things. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Look, as I expected, as I said in my preview, I'm pretty sure I said 2-1 loss, or maybe I might have said 2-0 loss. Fully expected to lose against Brighton, and that's what's happened. But it actually woke me up in the sense that we don't even belong in the Premier League. I don't even know where that point's coming from. Our next win's coming from. Everyone's good, whoever we're playing. Bournemouth beat Spurs. We've got Bournemouth. People think we're going to beat Bournemouth. I don't think so. Nottingham Forest, I don't think. I don't know where the win's coming from. Next Premier League game, I think, is Brentford. I don't know where that win's coming from. I really don't. Smash the like button. That would be much appreciated. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a live stream. See ya.